Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are talking about something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction: farming in the air. We're going to see how a wild idea designed for space stations is now completely changing how we grow food, right here on Earth.
So let's just jump right in with a massive question. Picture this, you're on a long mission, maybe to Mars. How in the world do you grow food? You've got no soil and every drop of water is precious. It's a problem that forces you to rethink everything about farming.
And this exact problem is what pushed scientists at NASA to get really creative. In an environment where every single gram of weight and every milliliter of water counts, they had to come up with a totally radical way to grow plants.
I mean, think about it. The challenges of farming in space are just huge. You have zero soil. Water is more precious than gold. Every single thing you bring has to be weighed and measured because launching stuff into space is, well, it's astronomically expensive. And on top of that, if a single plant disease gets loose in a closed system like a space station, it could be catastrophic.
So what was NASA's big idea? Well, back in the late 1990s, they started pouring resources into developing these high-performance aeroponic systems. And through experiments, both on Earth and up on the Mir space station, they proved they could grow things like beans and lettuce way more efficiently than any other method they had.
Okay, so how does this even work? How do you farm without any soil at all? The answer is a system that just takes soil completely out of the picture.
It's called aeroponics. And at its heart, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. The name actually comes from the Greek words for air and labor. So it literally means working in the air.
The whole process is actually brilliantly simple. You take a plant, you suspend it, maybe in a little foam collar or something, and you let its roots just hang down freely inside a dark, enclosed chamber. Then, a high-pressure pump sprays those roots with a nutrient-packed fog every few minutes. That's it.
But here is where it gets really cool. The secret sauce is the mist itself. The system creates water droplets that are incredibly tiny. We're talking between 5 and 50 micrometers. They're so fine that the roots can absorb all the nutrients they need super efficiently without ever getting waterlogged or drowning.
And it turns out this whole misting thing, it unlocks some absolutely incredible advantages. Not just over regular soil farming, but even over its close cousin, hydroponics.
Okay, get this, because this number is kind of mind-blowing. In a typical aeroponic system, the plant's roots spend 99.98% of their time just hanging out in the open air. Only that tiny fraction of a percent is spent actually getting misted.
And that right there, that's the magic trick. All that time spent in the air gives the roots an unbelievable amount of access to oxygen. And that oxygen just supercharges their growth. The roots get healthier, they absorb nutrients way better, and the whole plant just grows a lot faster.
So when you put it side by side with other methods, you really see how much it shines. It uses a tiny fraction of the water compared to soil farming. The risk of disease spreading is super low because the plants are all isolated. You have pinpoint control over nutrients, and of course, the roots get the maximum amount of oxygen possible. It's a system that's just built for pure efficiency.
So this is where the story comes full circle. This technology, which was perfected for the crazy, harsh environment of outer space, is now being used to solve some of the biggest agricultural challenges we have right here on Earth. And, while it feels super futuristic, the idea has actually been evolving for decades. It started off as a scientific curiosity way back in the 50s. It hit the market as a commercial product in the 80s. NASA perfected it in the 90s, and now it's powering these massive vertical farms in our cities.
And this is happening right now. You've got companies like Aero Farms in New Jersey running one of the biggest indoor vertical farms in the world, growing millions of pounds of leafy greens every year with zero pesticides. And at the same time, a country like Vietnam is using aeroponics to grow disease-free seed potatoes, which is fundamentally boosting their entire nation's food security.
And this isn't just a niche theory. I mean, listen to what Professor Nguyen Quang Tak says. He says that aeroponics will significantly improve their potato production more than any other technology. It's a real-world tool that is actively making a country's food supply stronger and more productive. Which all kind of leaves us with one big final question, right? As our planet's population grows and we look for ways to grow more food with less water and less land, could this be the answer? Could this technology, born from the ultimate challenge of farming in space, be exactly what we need right here at home?